everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video I'm going to be talking about the trucking industry and how that is in 2022. So basically I'm going to start off by saying that I'm 27. I have been in the trucking industry for a little under 2 years now, so nothing crazy. I can't really claim to know about how the trucking industry was before I got into it and in the past, but I can talk to you about what it's like now, some of the challenges and difficulties that you'll face owning a trucking company, and some of the hurdles that you have to get through. So first off, let me start off by saying I appreciate you guys who are watching my videos and who are liking and commenting. It's nice to see you guys get interactive, and like I've said in my last video, it's nice to get some of that information from you guys who actually know more about these trucks than I do and have worked on them and have used them your whole lives. So again, thank you for that. It's really appreciated. So I'm going to start off by giving you a little bit of background info about myself and my company. So like I said, I've been doing this a little under 2 years. In November of 2020, I decided to get my CDL, and in December I had made this company with the state as an LLC, and by January I had my DOT numbers and my MC numbers set up. So by February I had started to take my first load. So basically I bought this truck that I'm in right now. It's a 2014 Freightliner Cascadia with a Detroit DD15 in it. So basically I started just working with an application called Convoy, because I know some of you guys that are in this industry who started your own company recently, you know that you have to have a certain amount of days in with your authority to be able to work with certain carriers. So your options are kind of limited at the beginning. Well, like I said, I started working with an application called Convoy and started running just dry van freight between the northeastern and eastern areas of Pennsylvania for the most part. They didn't pay out the greatest, but at the time fuel wasn't also as expensive as it is now, so it was manageable. Once I got to be about 180 days in, I started working with another company by pulling their trailers. So basically I have the power units only at the moment, and I'll work with another company to go pick up their trailers and have them unloaded somewhere and then drop the trailer back off, or I'll do drop and hooks with their trailers. But it is pretty good money. So no, you don't need a trailer if you're getting into the trucking industry. You can start power only. That's what I've been doing, and like I said, it's pretty good money, and I'm pretty local. The company that I work with, I don't really have to go too far to make good money with them. So I know my first question is going to be, why are you doing power only? Why don't you get your own equipment and start making more money because you have your own trailers to make more money with? And my answer to that is that the company that I'm working with right now pays out well enough that we don't really need our own trailers at this moment in time. But to follow up with that, I do plan on expanding this company to having more trucks down the line. But with the current economy situation, with trucks being basically valued 3 times what they should be, I've decided to just hold off on buying more trucks right now and just saving money, so that way when the economy does kind of start to level off a little bit, I can invest that money that would currently just buy 1 truck right now into 3 trucks once that economy stables back off. So that is why I'm still doing power only, but eventually I do plan on buying more trailers and equipment to be able to make more money off of it that way. So getting into the challenges and hurdles of having a trucking company, especially in the year 2022. Like I said, I've only been in this industry for about a little under 2 years now, so I can't speak for how it used to be versus how it is now, really. But I did get into this at a time where diesel fuel was probably at an all-time low for the time that we live in now. When I started, diesel was on average about $3.50 to $3.80, and basically within the past couple of months, the highest I've seen diesel here in Pennsylvania was at $6.99 a gallon. So some of the challenges that come with the trucking industry obviously are diesel prices. They are going down a little bit, but really it's just something you have to deal with and something that you have to account for, because one of these trucks basically at this point in time costs about $7.50 to fill up. So that's going to be, if you're running 2 trucks like I am, you're going to be running pretty much $1,500 per week just on fuel alone. So that's one of the biggest hurdles. The second one would be insurance. you know, the insurance for these things isn't cheap because, you know, there's a lot of damage that they could do if you were to get into an accident with one of them. So insurance is about $3,000 a month on top of that. And then, I mean, there's just so much other things that go into maintenance, especially with some of these newer trucks that have the DPF systems in them, the diesel particulate filters. A lot of those sensors have minor issues or go bad, and you have the filters that'll need replaced. So they kind of do nickel and dime you. So with the older truck that you've seen in my other video, I'm kind of considering keeping that because I feel like there's going to be a lot less problems mechanically with that truck. So yeah, it is a pretty costly industry. There's a lot of ways that things could go wrong, and there's a lot of discipline that goes into making sure that you're successful. But I mean, if you manage your expenses well and you take good care of your stuff and your people, then there's really no way that you can't succeed. There is a lot of money to be had in this industry, and I've only just scratched the surface. I definitely plan on getting into other forms of transport, because like I said, I basically just do van and reefer right now with another company, power only. But like I said, I do plan on getting into other types of transport. So only time will tell of that. Other plans that I have for the future, I did plan on having like 5 or 6 trucks by now at this point in time, which is a little bit quick, but I'm definitely glad that I slowed down with how the economy is going right now, because you definitely don't want to bite off more than you can chew in this industry, because that'll put you out real quick as well. I've seen it happen. But basically, other plans for the future include having a CDL school opened up. That's on probably like a 5-year plan. I'd like to basically open up a CDL school and train drivers the right way and make good and responsible drivers out of the people that we would put through that school, as well as being able to try to recruit them for the company side to see if they'd like to drive for my company, with maybe like tuition forgiveness off of that if you would want to work for the company. So that's one of the long-term plans I have for this company. I mean, obviously, as well as adding more trucks in and just growing in that way. One last thing I will say before I end the talking portion of this video is, if you are looking to get into trucking, like if you're watching this and you don't drive trucks yet, or you do, or you're looking to get into this type of trucking, van and reefer, the only complaint that I will make about this industry is that before I got into it, I thought that it was going to be much more organized, and I thought, you know, with all this cargo that gets shipped, this must be a very like A and B cut and dry type of industry. They've got it all figured out. However, that's not really the case. In my experiences, most of the warehouses that I go to, the shipper or receiver, they're pretty disorganized. And like right now, the time that I'm taking to make this video, I'm sitting in a warehouse parking lot waiting to get in there. But yeah, it just seems like with the disorganization, they leave truckers kind of at the back of the line. They'll put everyone else's time before yours. I've been at places that have gone on hour-long breaks, and will just your trailer will be unloaded, and they'll just be letting you sit there so that they can go on a break for an hour, and then they come back, sign your paper, and send you off. But I don't want to complain too much. One thing I did just want to say is that if you're currently in the industry and looking to get into this kind of cargo, or if you're not currently into the industry and you're looking to get into it, keep in mind that there are going to be some pretty long wait times with some of the warehouses that you're going to be doing business with. So one thing I will say about the argument for older trucks versus newer trucks is these newer trucks, this truck you're looking at right here is a 2014 Freightliner Cascadia. The frame is, you know, not too badly rusted, but it's got a decent amount of surface rust going on. Whereas you come over here to a truck that's from 1987 and the frame is much better, if not in better shape. So yeah, I don't know if it's the type of paint that they used that makes a difference. If the paint that they used in the 80s was way better and holds up longer, or what, but that's just my opinion on another thing with older trucks versus newer trucks.